Welcome to Solva Beach, the entrance of Solva Harbour. In little over a month, or little under a month even, this will be the home of Swim to the Edge, and 400 odd competitors will be standing in this spot ready to head out there to take on either the Black Rock or the Green Scar. Now what we don't want is in a month's time is for you to be standing here and thinking, where do I go and what direction do I take? That is not the time to be asking. And what we'd recommend is that you have a look at the map if you are going to do it. That's online, or you get yourselves down to the beautiful little village of Solva and have a look in person. And we're going to take you around the course now and what it is, so you've got some visuals to it. So first of all, we are going to be starting from the beach again this year, just like we did last year. We'll be a little bit further back than this, and you'll be heading out into the water. So it'll be a running start, wading through the water and out. As you can see, where that yacht is greatly positionally parked, you're going to be heading for that direction. Just to the right of that, with a little flagpole type thing sticking up on it, is Black Rock. You are going to go in between Black Rock and the headland on that side. So where that boat is, you're going to be swimming for that direction. And when you get just past Black Rock, you are veering to the left. At this point, there will be a big yellow buoy there, and that big buoy is what you're going to aim for. There'll also be kayakers and boats and other such safety personnel there to point you in the right direction. But you want to be standing here knowing where you are heading. Here we are on top of the Gribbin. If you are having the bird's eye view of the course, if you are down Solva between now and the 4th of August, you want to pop up here and have a look at the course and get this sort of panoramic view of it. The event will be starting from the beach there, and as you're going to swim out, and as mentioned, towards that yacht. Now that yacht won't be there on the day, or I wouldn't have thought it would be, but towards that you've got Black Rock and then the rocks there and the cliff face. You're going to go through that gap on the left hand side. That is the left hand side, okay, and then you're going to swim up. For those doing the smaller of the two routes, the Black Run, you will keep swimming towards that rock over there, and there'll be a big yellow buoy there. On that big yellow buoy, you're going to go round it on the left hand side, around it, and then back in on the other side of Black Rock, and through that nice calm bit of water there and up to the beach. So it's just a clockwise loop around the Black Rock. For those doing the Green Monster, you are going to keep on swimming towards that little rock out there, the peaceful rock sticking out of the water, which is the Mayor's Rock or the Gassic. Right, when you get to that, you are going to stay on the left hand side of it. You're going to go round that clockwise, and as you get around to the back of it, you will see the Green Monster, that big green island there. That is Green Scar, the biggest swimming buoy you'll see now, right? Once you head towards that, you're going to head towards the back of it. As you can see, hopefully you can see it, there's a little rock there and things like that. You want to stay away from those. You want to give them a wide berth and stay away from the island. Get around the back of the island, and then you're going to come in between the island and that other rock that is there. You're going to come through that channel. That is quite a wide channel there. You will come through that naturally. There's no way you're going to swim around that. You're going to come through that, and then you're going to head back in, heading for the gap between Black Rock and the mainland on the south side, you know, the St David's side of the peninsula. And you're going to come in through that gap there and up to the beach and finish as we discussed. Now, we could only pray for a day like today and the sea to be like that. That's very unlikely to happen. It can be very choppy as you go past Black Rock. It can be very choppy going around Mayor's Rock, and it can be extremely choppy going around the back of Green Scar. We will have kayakers there, we'll have people there to keep you away from it, but don't try and cut the corners and get too close to those rocks, because that is where the swell will be, and that will be pushing you towards the rocks. Give it a wider berth and it is better for you. So what you need to do is give those a wide berth and come in the route there. If I turn around, you will see the houses. These are the houses that we mentioned earlier. I'm mentioning again. that is what you want to be aiming for. There will be a buoy in the middle of the gap between Black Rock and the headland on your way back in, to give you an aim for a big tube yellow buoy, so give you something to sight for as well. But don't forget the houses. This is a swim where you're going to have to know where you're going, and it's a bit of a challenge. It's a navigational challenge. It's not just it's not swimming pool swimming. It's not lane swimming. It's not just A and B. It's around a big rock and you have to navigate, and you also have to find your way back in to the harbour. We'll have kayaks and boats on either side to make sure that you don't go too far off course and point you in the right direction. But you've got to have in your mind what that route is and where you need to be going, and also in your head, you've got to aim for those houses, and you've got to know roughly where you're going. As I said earlier on, you do not want to be standing here on the morning of the swim thinking, which way am I going? What's this all about? Right? You can Google Maps, Google Earth, our website. You can, there's lots of photos of this area here. You can pop down here if you're living close by, have a look, do some research. Look on the website, look at the route that's on there, and that's all I can say. There'll be a further safety briefing coming out a couple of days before with what to do whilst you're in the water. But for now, thank you. And go. Right, now you've been around the Black Rock or around Green Scar. You've guided yourself back into the harbour, and you're coming to the finish line. As you come out of the water, you've got about a 25-metre sprint, walk, whatever you want, hobble, up to the finish line, which this year will be a finish gantry with the words finish written on it. It's a time and chip event, so you'll go through that and your time will be recorded, and that is the end. I know last year people were coming in here and they were wondering where to go and everything, but you will be up the beach, and the tide will be going out as you leave, so there'll be more of a beach to run to as you come back in. Just one little thing I'd like to point out. Up there is all those houses. Right, we'll be mentioning those houses a few times. We have mentioned them a few times. We'll be mentioning them a few more between now and the start. They are what you need to take your sighting for when you get round Green Scar and you're heading back in. All this coastline, as we've said, looks the same, and it's very difficult from in the water when you're swimming to actually see where you're going, even if we'll try our best to point you in the right direction. But what you need to do every now and again is take a look up, and the only place you'll see houses along this coastline is the gap in the harbour, and that is where you want to head for the houses.